bingo. That's not bad. Nice bright. To get you guys in here closer, I guess. That'd be nice, huh? What's everybody up to? Place is a freaking mess. Smells like methanol. Smells like methanol big time. Gotta cover this little baffle too at some point. Oh, maybe I already got it plugged up. I already got it plugged up. Never mind. So we gotta change this valve cover on here, the gasket. Pretty sure it's leaking. It's always been oil leaking all over this thing, but I've never really found out where it's coming from. But the other thing I can think is it's the gasket on this. So get some of this stuff moved out of the way. And I got a Felpro gasket we're gonna put on it. Supposed to be a little bit better quality than just your cork ones and stuff. So just gotta get a screwdriver, probably a 10mm. Cold in here today. Got my heater on it. Hopefully it warms up a little bit. move out of the way. These little spark plug holder or spark plug wire holders are actually nice. Get those. You have to do tune up on it eventually. It ain't got many miles on it, but yeah, so these 10mm bolts here. Older stuff's not too bad. Everything's kind of accessible. Except for the back one. The back one's a little iffy, but so there's one that's gonna be under this little canister here for the EGR, so we gotta take that one out too when we get there. Kind of sucks. Thought I had all this blocked off. It's just not the last time. 2.5 iron Duke in it. Don't know what you mean by that, but alright. How's everybody's Sunday going? It's cold up here. I don't know what the temperature is, but it's pretty frosty. Got to knock that EGR off there. I think it was a 13, but it's probably not. Maybe. Forget where your vacuum lines go. What's up? Oh, gotcha. not 12. This is 13. All right. Can't win them all, but you can try it, I guess, right? I wish it was a big block. And these are what this crow's feet are for. Is that right there? It's hard to reach places. Oh, it's 9/11. Appreciate the likes too, guys. I know you guys got better stuff to do than watch me on Sunday, but I appreciate it. Yeah. Knew that was going to happen. Always good when you drop something and it never touches the floor, right? Now next time I drop it, I won't be able to find it. I'm really surprised this thing hasn't blown up yet. All the 5,500 RPM burnouts and shit I've done with it. Yeah, here's your EGR valve. Being we don't live in California, I ain't got to worry about it. Gasket there. A lot of guys run the block offs and stuff, and I just unhooked mine. This thing still's got a little pop and bang to it somewhere. Honestly, I think it's because it doesn't have any back pressure, but there should be. Grab a couple rags. This one's not too bad, but it's pretty clean in there. It leaked when I got out the truck, so I put a new gasket on it because I had to pull it off to put the intake gasket on, and I just blocked off the vacuum to it. This was just a cork gasket here. I'm pretty sure my theory that this one leaked is accurate. This right now, I don't remember how that thing sat on there. Sat on there like this. So right there on the back, there's not a lot of pressure. See underneath, there's not a lot of pressure. I'm pretty sure that's that corner that's coming out right there. You can see the indent of the machine surface there. So anyway, we're gonna toss that one. Getting a little wobbly, but not too much. Let's take it out of gear. Think she's not a high compression engine, huh? That would be too good. Wouldn't be too good at all. Get a bunch of this oil off here. On this side, only that side. Big mound of crap right there. That's not good. Looks like you need to clean this up a little bit. Probably not the ideal tool, but a big chunk of crap right there. Like old gasket, or maybe it's from my gasket I just had, I don't know. Some more junk. All these little keepers seem to be alright. Some twisted around quite a bit, but picked up this kit on eBay later on, or Amazon. Later on, I'll drop a link down there because I'm an affiliate. Numbers are backwards. 1 second here, because I'm filming. There you go. There's your number for anyone who's wondering, because stuff's backwards on when I'm filming because it's not mirrored. So sure this all lines up nice. See that one right there. This one's got a little bit of junk in it. Not a lot. Just that little piece there. And in this kit, they gave us new bolts. They gave us tie downs because mine's never had tie downs on it, or the little load spreaders, whatever you want to call it. They did give us another EGR gasket there. So let's see here. This is a little bit thicker gasket, so yeah, so my original one's got the flange on there. I'm gonna have to use the longer ones. They gave me ones because the gasket's a little bit longer. And then putting this additional little spread deal on there. Move this out of the way. Hopefully I don't drop it. That'd be sweet. A little bit longer, not much, just enough. Make sure one fits in there. Sure the threads are right, threads are right. I also sent some of these other gaskets. I'm assuming those are going to stick in those holes, so you can't over tighten them. So I should have some thick ones and then some thin ones. Drop my light. Alright. All these do is it prevents you from over tightening bolts. It'll bottom out at a certain pressure so that that way you're not over tightening one side and then you end up pinching it. And then it blows apart on you and then you get all mad. No, it's not a rotary. It's a 4-cylinder. It looks like a rotary, but it ain't. Rotaries don't have lifters in them. They have roller rockers. Actually, those little deals I put in there, I'm going to take those out because these are already built in. These are already built in, so I'm going to pop them back out. Otherwise, it's going to be too high and it's not going to seal. This valve cover looks like it's a little bent too, so maybe that's why it's not sealing so good. So, yeah, let's pop them back out. Just took this and sprayed it with the same paint, which truck is just painted with the Rust-Oleum 2X, and I just cleared it. So it's one of those that looks okay, but if you get the right spot, you can see all the defects. So, but if you don't do it a million times, it's cheap. And anytime you get a scratch, you just, and it's done. Thanks for the likes, guys. Appreciate it. Hope you guys are enjoying your Sunday. Okay, we got her cleaned up. Try to get this back down in there. Make sure our wires are out of the way. All of our wires. Sure. Vacuum lines are out of the way. Like I said, it did come with these little, I don't know the technical term for them, so we're just gonna call them washers, I guess. Make sure these are still 10. They are. Make sure these might be curved a little bit because it's just the way it's cut. So make sure you put the flat on the top. Snug it. Front one's a little off, doesn't quite fit it, but that's alright. Not gonna hurt nothing. Which, I put that one backwards, so of course I'll have to redo that one because I wasn't paying attention. They're supposed to be. These are supposed to be faced in. All of them are different, so. The clutch pedals in these ones? Shit, this one I only got push cord all the way down and we're good. Aftermarket clutch in it, so. Now if the synchronizers and stuff are good in the transmission, I probably won't even have to use a clutch. This is just changes the gasket in this 2.5 iron duke -10. It's been leaking for a while. I'm assuming it's the valve cover because the oil comes from the top of the engine down. But I've never seen where it actually leaks. So did some research on it. Guys are saying to use the Velcro. Use the Velcro because they were a lot better than the cork ones. So that's where we're at. And then when I pulled it out, it looked like the cork one wasn't sealed on the back where I thought it was. Because most of the oil's on the back, not the front. But it's got the oil pressure. Oil pressure gauge has been done on it once. So the gasket was only 30 bucks. Came with the tie downs and or washers, whatever the hell you want to call it. New bolts, EGR. So 30 bucks, I figured, might as well. It still leaks, I'm still gonna run it. I end up ripping this damn light off. What up, UP? Yeah, definitely ain't a Ford. Probably the only engine on this thing that's you can get to everything, honestly. Can't really drive the thing till the snow comes off, but guess we'll just find out. I don't know if these are supposed to be torqued at. I bought my 3/8 torque wrench and then I always forget to look ahead, and then of course I live stream with my phone, so it's hard to look that stuff up, especially when I don't have a computer here. Alright, we're good on that one. Toss our old gasket, but this one, this newer one, that one looks alright. Got a bunch of junk in that. Grab a drill real quick. Try this at home. Knock all that stuff right back in the engine. So all this thing does when your engine's running, motor will, your computer on your engine will pull this in. This will come up like so, and then it'll let gas go back into your intake so it can recirculate. So you're burning all that extra fuel that would normally be going through the exhaust system, making sure all that fuel is burnt in the combustion chamber so that it comes out clean. That's all this does. And why when I want it? Because I don't want exhaust going into the intake with new fuel and new air. I'd rather just have it go out the pipe and then fix what I need to fix later. Make sure this one's seated. Make sure before we tighten it that it's going to clear it. Bolt, which it is. Sometimes these thicker gaskets you put on stuff it seals better, but then you start running into clearance issues on other stuff. Sure, the gasket is fully seated. We're gonna pull it off because it's not the same. Make sure. Okay, that's why I wanted to check, because this one here, if you look at it, this one's got the 2 holes. And it fits the part better. This one doesn't have the extra back here, so I want to make sure that it was completely seated on that. Otherwise it's going to leak. No. This is GM 25. Purpose of the crow's foot. Get in under that stuff. It's rough because every time I use the crow's foot, I always want to ratchet it and then it don't work out right. Like that. My brain's not processing what it's trying to do, or what I'm trying to do. Just one more here. Okay, we're gonna reassemble some stuff. Sure this stuff still works. come off pretty easy. So I'm gonna grab a pair of side cutters if I got them, and I'm gonna pinch that a little bit more there. I got some linesmen, so pinch that a little bit more. Tighten her up so we don't have a vacuum leak right there, because we want to pull it through the engine, not from outside the engine. And then I do want to pull a plug on one of these. I guess I'll get this first. Stuck up on there. Got it stuck up there. I would like to put an updated coil on it, a little bit higher output. I think it's a 5/8. That it is. So the back ones are like just full of oil. So if I pull it, it's going to smoke, so I don't want to pull the back one. But I don't remember what these are supposed to have for plug gap. I think it used to say down here, but I changed that shroud. I think we'll pull another one. You can see the timing mark out here. These are our NGK. These are UR55s. The gap looks a little big, but that could be just me. So we'll pull out number 2. That one there, gap's still about the same, but if you look at the plug, it's white. Timing mark's a little bit different. So might be an issue. Guess we'll find out later, huh? Guess we'll leave her alone for now. Bring this back through. The coolant temp sensor here for the computer. I installed one down here on the intake, and I ran a separate electric water temp gauge because these are all base models, so only thing you have is speedometer and gas gauge. That's the only thing you have on the whole dash, and then you just have lights when it's not working right. Make sure these are all still pretty good. Really ain't much going on. End up plugging that one off there anyway, so. Bottom of these you got these little flaps, so when it's cold it's supposed to be hooked down to your manifold. This will open and it'll pull air through the manifold through the heat shield, and it'll put hot air in there, so like in the winter. Well, that's fine, but once you get in the summer you don't want that, and that's what it does. It's got this little vacuum thing on here that will run off whatever temperature this is. So we got that plugged off too. We don't need it. This will sit down there. It's kind of got a factory cold air on it. It's not one of those high dollar kits. You don't need them on these. There, and we got our other little breather here. Which I've never understood why it has dual breathers. Usually that runs back in the engine, it's good enough, so I don't know what having the secondary one does for you. This was just a cheap filter. Got off Amazon at the time too. I think it was a little tall, but we got this here too. This just sits on top. This little clip. Now we can put this on. Now we can put our cover on. I was saying, I got that off Amazon. I ended up having to pinch it down, and I tapped it with a hammer around the outside to bend the metal cage just enough because the top wouldn't seal. Alright, well guys, I think that's it. It's still pretty full on oil. It's overfilled on oil. I end up doing an oil change on it later. Changing the plugs. Not worried about the wires. They're a good set of wires. But I want to check the cap. Anyway, thanks for watching this one, guys. Appreciate it. We'll catch you on the next one.